Okay, now listen. And now see, in the fourth, in the fourth phase, in the fourth phase, actually, the researchers is trying to know that whether the employees are working together or they are helping out each other if the organization if the organization put any.
Toma, toma.
Can you hear me?
Faz kaçı.
Ya yavrum daha ne zayıflar.
Yes, sir, we hear you.
Okay, fine. Galaxy Tab A 2016, please mute the mic. Now see, in here, in a phase number 4, in phase number 4, the researchers wanted to know if a company set a target, the company set a target for employees, whether employees will work together to achieve that standard or not. That's why they put them in a group shape, and while after putting them in a group, and they command them that you have to perform in group, and payment will be paid on the basis of group performance. Now, that was the assumption of the researcher. The researcher was the assumption that now employees will work each other and they will help out each other for
Çıkalım.
achieving the objective,
Nereye çıkalım?
whatever the organization.
Uy, popnamışa. Palosya.
Sir, you can do with yourself. Please mute them.
Uh, she is talking too much. Is she in the class?
Yes, sir, she's our class.
Right. Early morning or afternoon?
Afternoon, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. Now see. Now what the workers now do? Now one thing in one place, the researcher decided, he assumed. Now when it comes to the worker, now what the worker decided. Now one target which is decided by the workers, one target which is decided by the workers, and the second target. Second, the workers decided the target by themselves. Look, they decide the target for themselves, which is lower than the plant target. Now, look, the plant, the organization put a standard, a target, a higher. Like they put a target higher that you have to achieve maximum of this level. Now, what the workers did? They put a target lower than the organization target. They said, no, we won't achieve the target. What is the assumption of that? They believe that, hey, if we achieve the standard of the target of organization within their expectation, so tomorrow they will make a rule on us. They will make a policy for us that every one of us should achieve this target. Now in here, the workers, they decided to form informal group. They made grouping system. They made themselves group. They group that you, okay, like a group, like similar like group that, okay, we will come all together we will not perform. We will not perform that level. Everyone should perform up to their capacity, not extraordinary. For the sake of, if we perform today, if we perform extraordinary, tomorrow the organization will expect from us this extraordinary. If we didn't perform extraordinary tomorrow, so then they will kick us from the organization and they will punish us from the give us a punishment. So that's why from here, from now, we lower our performance so that the organization should not force on us tomorrow. So we from if we if we won't force ourselves, if we didn't bring any force on ourselves, definitely tomorrow they cannot force on us, because from here this low performance will goes on and will take for longer and longer time. If we provide extraordinary, if we provide outstanding today, so definitely tomorrow they will again asking for same performance. So that's why they form an informal group. Workers think, look, this is a graph. Workers think that if they produce more per head, some of the workers would be retrenched or fired. For example, look, if if within a group is a five people, so like for example, if you make if we made a group of 5 person, within a group, one or 2 person they perform extraordinary, they completed the task within a time frame. Now in here, the supervisor will observe and look, only these 2 persons completed the whole task. And look, these three, the rest of these three more, they didn't did anything. They didn't contribute anything. Now let's do something. Just fire these three and keep these 2 persons, because these two can enough to do this task. Now that was the assumption of the workers, that if we perform, if our every individual perform outstanding, so maybe some of us, maybe some of members of us, they will not perform that much potential, in that much potentiality. So definitely the organization will fire them. So actually we should keep safe ourselves as well as our other co-workers by not performing extraordinary, by performing lower the standard of organization. Once they reach the target, compare. Now what's the assumption? Once they reach once they reach the target to compare the standard company rise standard, now workers form a social. Now look here. That's why if the workers achieve a standard, a target, what the organizations set it for them. Now they will expect same things from them again and again. That's why the workers form a social group. They form a social group. So they know what are the responsibilities, what are the responsibilities, what are the responsibilities our workers had for family. If any worker is not doing well, he may be fired. Retrench means fire. By considering has reason foster workers protect them by not overproducing. Now from here, from the last paragraph, you will get to know about that. Like look, inside the organization, those people, those people who are coming for working, so they have family, they have a lot of responsibilities, social responsibilities they have children. That's why that's why they form a group, and inside the group they decided that look, we will not perform up to the expectation of organization. We will perform up to our level best. For the sake of, if one of us perform extraordinary, and maybe our inside the group, 1 or 2 person will be there who are unable to perform. The organization will kick them out. They will fire this person. So for the sake of protecting them, we will not overproduce it. Overproducing. Overproducing means, by producing means not giving extraordinary effort so that we produce more and more. So that's why they keep their level low to the standard of organization. Whatever the organization standard, they, they lower their standard for the sake of to protect their other workers. They believe if we provide best today, tomorrow they expect best. Now in here, what the researchers concluded, that the researchers impose that informal relationship are important factor to determine the human behavior. Look, informal relationship. What is a formal relationship? What is the formal relationship? The formal relationship is that that supervisors, worker, manager, or on the power base. That is a formal relation. One is informal relationship. Informal relationship is that your friend, relative, cousins, or co-workers, or like I said, job mates within your organization, those people who are working with you in the one team mates, these are the informal relationship. Now, informal relationship, they have a loss of commitment with each other because they believe that we are together today in here. So the organization will not taking care of us. If they kick us, so tomorrow we will face again each other. So why not? We have to work with the work positively, with the cooperatively, so that if tomorrow we will face again somewhere else, so we should help each other. That is for informal relationship, informal relationship. Now in here, the researchers said that the the informal relationship, informal relationship are important factor determining human behavior. Now look, if you want to know the human behavior, so you will know them through the informal relationship. Like in some people within organization, they are not they're not doing they're not doing that such kind of work which is hurting other workers. They're always trying to support their co-workers, so that because of there is no responsibilities of home responsibilities, family responsibilities, along with experiment workers were suggest for developing and maintaining good human relationship in the plant. The counseling emphasize on a worker's relationship with other workers, with the management, personal adjustment, satisfaction, motivation, many more aspects. Now in here, in this phase number 4, the researcher is trying to give a suggestion to. Once he said that the informal relationship can affect the human behavior. Informal relationship can affect the human behavior. Look, just because of informal relationship, the workers were trying to protect the other workers because informal. Because I have spent some time with you in one organization, definitely I will act positively, not negatively, being a worker. If I act positively, so it means I'm saving you from any harmful action of that side of the organization. If I act negatively, it means I'm hurting you. Maybe that my action will affect on your performance. So that's why the researcher in here is giving suggestion to all the people that try to have good relationship, develop good human relationship with each other, whether in a plant, whether you're home, whether everywhere, wherever you are, whether you're in a class, whether in your office, whether you're in your home, whether you are in a society, you have to maintain good relationship with your co-workers, with the workers or with employees, with a friend, with a cousin, with anyone. Try to have a good relationship with every person. Now this good relationship can help you out somewhere. Now being a supervisor, being a leader of organization, you have to maintain good relationship with your employees, so that will increase the a loss of they will bring a loss of effectiveness within you. That's why in here these 4 phases are ended. Now it's not ended here anymore. Onward from this 4 experiment. Now today currently whatever we see, whatever the subject that we are studying, whatever the the articles or the case study that we are studying, is just because of these studies. After this, a loss of currently present time, a loss of researches, a loss of findings that have developed a part of these things. But these 4 are the basic. From these four phases, the researchers showed to the world that human beings are a backbone of your organization. Human beings are backbone of your organization. Provide them a lot of facilities, help them, support them, deal with a positive manner. You know, deal with a positive manner to give them value. Try to maintain a good relationship with them if you want your organization to work productive. Now see here what comes implication of the study. Implication of Hawthorne studies. Number one, as I said that, what are the implications? If I give you from this four the findings, like a look, employee performance will not affect by illumination, it affects by observation of your co-workers, observation of your leaders, observation of your managers, observation of your any power, any authoritarian person who observe, who have the power to supervise, to observe, he or she can affect the performance by their observation. Second, by providing facilities. If you want your employees to work productive, you have to provide them facilities. These facilities can bring employees motivation, self-motivated. They will work harder and harder. Third thing, third phase, provide them value. Satisfaction or dissatisfaction is not based on the employee's self-objective. It is based on the treatment, the dealing, how you deal, how you behave with employees. Being a power, being authoritarian. If you have a power, if you're a leader or a manager, supervisor, you have power, to try to deal them with a value. When you start giving value to your organization, your employees will give back with a full of the enthusiastic, with a full of the energy to accelerate, to bring acceleration in your organization. And the last phase, as we discussed that, the last phase that you have to maintain good relationship with your co-workers. Good relationship will bring a lot of positiveness with your employees. They will work hard. They will work just for the sake of, if you have a good relationship, if you have a positive relationship, just for the sake of Allah. Try to have a good relationship with your employees, whether employees to employees, co-worker to co-workers. If they have a good relationship, so ultimately, ultimately, you are doing to motivate them, and they will accelerate your organization by the help of their self-motivated and with the help of their enthusiastic performance. What these are the implications as we discussed. It was now clear the factory is social system, informal group is plant equal affecting human behavior, formal group. A worker is not merely economic man who is a motive. Hey, look, human beings are full of emotions. They have feelings. It's not economic man. Human beings are not a machine that they are staying in work and work and work. No, they are human beings. They are full of emotions. They are like and dislike. They are family. They have relatives. They have responsibilities. They have a lot of inner emotions, feelings they have. We have to respect them. They have to give them incentive. A reward should be given to them. So that will affect on their attitudes. Look, there is a responsibility, the possibility conflict between company and informal group. It may be because of mismatch of object and both. Look this one. Why the conflict is there within employees? Why the conflict is there? It's just there's another possibilities that object of organization and object of employees is not clear. Now organization did not negotiate its object with employees, and even organization is not taking care of the employees' objective too. So definitely both groups are walking in a different ways. So definitely it will affect the organization performance. Sometimes informal leaders were more important and impressive the formal in a direct group behavior because he identifies group attitudes, opinion, object more efficiently than formal leaders. Look, informal leaders. Informal leaders, those leaders who have no formal authorities given by any organization. Look, if 5%, if there is a group of 5%, one person will act and perform better, he will lead without any providing them any power and authority of any agreement, any authority by organization. He has the power who can do this by have experience, maybe with a when you made a group of five, definitely you you put all responsibilities on a person who has experience. Now we meet informally, we go. So sometimes informal leadership influence huge the organization, the formal leader. But one thing make it clear that every implications, the implication that it's good that if you want to implement these theories, these phases, these researches in your studies, in your daily life, it's very good, it's outstanding. But look, as we think about that, criticisms are every year. You know, if someone is doing good work, still there is critics are there, criticisms are there. If someone is doing some bad work, still critics are there. No one is safe from criticism. No one is safe in the world, no one is safe from criticism. Everyone is suffering from criticism. Criticism means intaqad. uh, yeah, intaqad. Someone is pointing out that, oh, if the fault is here, yeah, you are doing wrong and you are not doing well. Oh, and also negative thoughts which is bringing from the people that they observe, because people are observing you, they will start generating negative thoughts regarding you. Now, criticisms are here. Now, criticisms of Hawthorne studies, when people are critics doing criticism on the Hawthorne studies, they say that behavioral scientists believe. Now, a part of this scientist, Hawthorne, Alvin Mao scientists, other scientists, they believe behavioral scientists. Behavioral scientists means those who have those researcher of human behavior, of understanding the behavior of people. Uh, Behavior scientists, they believe the series of experiments, you know, see, the series of experiment, whatever the conclusion were drawn, it's a lack of scientific objectivity. As they believe, as other researchers, they have critics on this research, that whatever the series is this, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, but they believe, other researchers, they believe that it's a lack of scientific objectivity. Scientific objectivity means there is no step-by-step process in this research experiment, as they believe, as they other researchers, they believe. Okay, one, that was one critics. As we have to just see and observe the critics, that's it. Now, see, another person, some feel, other people, some feel that there was an unfairness and perception on a part of the Harvard researcher. As they believe that there is unfairness. What is unfairness? That because this research was conducted by the Harvard researcher, and that is unfairness because the Harvard wants to bring the researcher forward. That was that assumption of the others, because it's only focusing on that, the Harvard that focusing. That's why they're trying to bring positive impact, positive outcomes, and they want to, because it is based on Harvard research, Harvard researcher. So they are trying to uh, show off themselves and bring a positive result to the world. The Harvard, as people, they believe that just because of the Harvard University is trying to do this research, and that's why their positive feel positive outcomes they given to the world. Now another, the study ignored the study has ignored the existence of trade unions. A part of these criticisms, the Hawthorne studies come with the outcome of human relation is the important part of the company. Now, what is that? That what other people say that this study ignore union, trade unions, those people who are working, union. Union means those who are working in a union, like a we don't have in Afghanistan this union, but in the European countries, Europe, they have unions. We have. They said they ignore union. Union means those laborers, they just first register themselves in a union, then onward the union will send them different industries for the work. That's the unity of them. The union means a group of people who work together, who come together in one platform, and from that platform They will be sending out different industries for working. So they say they ignore the union. So they ignore the union. That's why. But a part of these criticisms, if you look at these criticisms, still Hawthorne study work one thing. Hawthorne study comes with the outcomes of human relationships is important. Lots of criticism is here. But still, Hawthorne study come up with a one ideology. What is that ideology? What is that perception? What is that outcome? That inside the organization, human relation is an important factor within a company. Now from here, it shows that if you want to accelerate, if you want to bring positive effect inside the organization, but you must have maintained good human relationship so that so that your organization will be accelerated, it will increase, performance will increase, and and not only performance, the organization will earn much more profit. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.